Okay, you are going to die when you see me in this hat when I send you the video from today. It is.
It sounds good. It sounds like it's something I want to see.
I literally look like the Land O'Lakes girl with like a makeshift turkey on my head, which is basically what it was. I had plans, as you know, to make like a legit Pinterest turkey hat for today. And then things went awry here as they normally did. So I literally had my dad print out a turkey and I just slapped it on my head and I look like a crazy person.
Is it culturally appropriate?
No, I mean, it's the turkey itself is culturally appropriate, but again, the fact
Okay.
that I look like the Land O'Lakes girl probably is not the best move on
Well,
Thanksgiving of all
it's not. It's
holidays.
not like you're dressing as a Native American, right? There's no feather in the hat.
No, 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 no. I
There you
almost did,
go.
and
Then
then I
you're
was like, oh,
fine.
that's disrespectful. And then I was going to be, a pilgrim. And I was like, I kept asking my family, I'm like, I don't know, though. Is that really like the team that I want to be batting for? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to be the pilgrim. So I just, yeah, I took a turkey and I have a turkey on my head now.
I think we should just change the whole meaning of Thanksgiving. Personally, keep
To
the
what?
name. The name is fine. Call it like it should just be the commencement to the Christmas season, in my opinion.
Oh my God. Or we could just elongate Halloween if I had my way,
Yeah, yeah, and
right?
just like or the ending to Halloween, the beginning to Christmas. I like that.
Yeah. I feel like it should be changed because obviously the whole story behind it is kind of BS. But oh, also I probably should have like made some grand proclamation. Like this is the Brie Hunter is fucked Thanksgiving special. So
Wow.
there we go. That was all the pizzazz that I have left for tonight. And we're on borrowed time here because I'm still home and I'm in my mom's bedroom. She's gonna kill me because I was late today. But I figured we would just kind of talk about like Thanksgiving Eve because so is I'm always confused. I thought Thanksgiving Eve was like a national thing in all suburban towns, but then sometimes I talk to people and they have no idea what I'm talking about. Was that a thing in Mayapack where you grew up?
Yeah, yeah, it very much was. I've never participated. I'm very much a Christmas Eve guy. I love Christmas Eve. Thanksgiving Eve, that's for the jocks who got drunk and did coke. Not for me.
Okay, well, I feel like I participated in Thanksgiving Eve, so I don't know what you're trying to say about me, but
I think we both know what I'm trying to say.
well, okay, fine. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think like Thanksgiving Eve is just like a night that everybody goes to like the local watering hole and reconnects. But then I don't know, like I feel like if you examine it more closely, it's like alcohol, holiday loneliness, and getting together with everybody in your graduating class. Like what could go wrong? Everything.
A
So
lot, yeah, a lot. Well, is Thanksgiving Eve happening this year in your town at least?
I have no idea. I mean, I definitely am not going to go because I'm like terrified of COVID. But yeah, I mean,
So pre-COVID, just for the listeners, you would maybe get a text from your childhood friends, the friends you grew up with, saying, "Hey, we're all meeting up at this bar Thanksgiving Eve. We're all getting drunk. This is a,
yeah.
a yearly annual thing. We know this is coming."
Well, for the longest time, it was up at the ringside. Shout out to everybody at the ringside. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, no, everybody goes to the ringside. Now they go to this other place called Thatcher's. But yeah, and everybody
And
just
these
kind of
these are
shows
bars.
up. So, wait, what'd you say?
These are bars.
These are bars. Yeah, these are local bars. And I don't know, I always feel like there are some good stories that come out of Thanksgiving Eve. Like the next day, kind of getting the text messages of like who went home with who did what, is like has become like the best Thanksgiving fodder one can ask for, I think.
Yeah, I see. I've never appreciated those stories. I would talk to my friends who did go out on that night. I'd always deny it. I would never go out. And I was like, that sounds awful. Everyone just got really drunk.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, again, like it could go wrong. I mean, it went wrong for me. I feel like I've told this story before, but it's like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. It's like we tell it every year as tradition. But the one year when I really took it too far and I missed Thanksgiving because I was too banged up from the night before.
Wow, really?
Yes. Yes. No. I was like literally, I was getting hyphy off the fireball or Satan's taint juice, as the Catholics call it. Probably took that last one a little too far. But no, I was drunk off of Fireball, which to me is like our generation's Southern Comfort. There's like never a good story about Fireball. So I was at the bar, I was doing shots, and then I didn't do anything embarrassing there, thank God. Like I had the wherewithal to call my father and be like, I need you to come get me. But then I got home and I remember I got to my bedroom, I threw up on a bath towel, went to sleep for a couple hours, and then got up and decided to keep yakking from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh no.
on Thanksgiving, which was
Now let me ask you. Rewind a little bit. So you call your dad. Is this a normal occurrence? Have you guys done this before, where you got so drunk and he called your dad?
Oh my God, yeah, no. My dad is like Superman. When I'm drunk, I like, who else am I gonna call? He's like Ghostbusters. Like, who you gonna call,
you've got
Dad?
a cool dad. He understands.
Oh
But
yeah,
like,
no.
what is that ride home like? Are you guys having a conversation, or is it silent, or are you drunk off your ass? What's going on there?
I'm drunk off my ass. I'm like taking videos of him and putting it on Snapchat. He's like yelling at me, like telling me like I better be prepared to get my ass up tomorrow morning, which obviously didn't happen. But yeah, no, he's like really chill about stuff like that. But yeah,
So you missed Thanksgiving.
well, okay, so the next morning, so I wake up, I'm getting sick constantly, and I'm like, okay, I can make it. I'm like laying on the couch trying to like keep down some saltines. I remember I was watching the documentary on Anthony Weiner, the guy who sent like the dick pics, the politician,
Of course.
which was not helping my nausea at all. But I specifically remember that. And then come like 2 o'clock, I'm like, shit, like I am like cutting it close. I don't know if I can do it. So I start Googling like what are like some like homeopathic remedies for being like, I don't know, a degenerate. So one said like try to get in the bath and soak the alcohol out of your pores. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I get in the tub and I'm soaking, and like my dad like is like calling in, and he's like, like, is it working? And I'm like, well, the water's brown, but I'm 90% sure that's just my self tanner coming off. Because it was like a glittery brown. So it was like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think it's working. So yeah, no, I ended up like at 4 o'clock, they were leaving, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Which was like shameful. It was like I don't think I've never done that before. I've never missed, a family anything because I was too shit faced the night before.
What did your family tell your relatives?
They told my relatives that I was sick, and so all the older relatives were like, "Oh my God, is she okay?" And then all the younger relatives were like, "Oh, the Thanksgiving flu." Like they know exactly what was going on.
They knew what's going on.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. But like my grandmother, being like my Italian grandmother, being the absolute legend that she is, made me like a giant to-go bag and sent it home with my mother. Because by the time like 9 p.m. rolled around, I finally got my appetite back. So there I was, in my t-shirt, eating my Thanksgiving dinner, watching Squidbillies at 10 p.m. at night, because that was my Thanksgiving that year.
Hey, I mean that sounds okay. There's worse Thanksgivings, right?
No, yeah. Well, yeah, because then the next year, I also went out for Thanksgiving Eve, but I had a boyfriend that year, which was like, probably the reason I should never have a boyfriend. It was like another disaster. So that was another time. So that was the next year. My boyfriend and I get into like a huge blowout fight on Thanksgiving Eve. And I had to call my dad again at 2 a.m. to come pick me up, because I'm like, I'm not sleeping in the bed with this pain in the ass. So I had to make my dad come get me again. So my poor father, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he has not had too many good Thanksgiving Eves, thanks to his kids. Shit.
Now let me ask you: what are the rules when you're dating someone? Because it's always a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
What family do you go to when you're dating someone? How do you decide that?
I'm always going to my family's house. I mean, because it's
With the boyfriend, or are you guys splitting up for the day, or are you guys going together? How's that working?
I just think it should always like come down to whose family is putting together the best feast. You know what I mean? Like that's, I mean, what's more American than that? Like you just got to kind of go with wherever it's best. And so, I always felt like my family had the best food, so I'm going to stick with my family. If they want to come by, that's fine. Or I'll show up for dessert, like I'll go to like whoever's house for dessert and, whatever. But I like for the main meal, like, because again, I'm like half Italian. So I'm always going to have the upper hand when it comes to holidays because they know how to do
Yeah.
it right.
No, yeah. See, I'm Puerto Rican, and we don't do Thanksgiving right. Like we do Thanksgiving, but it's really just like any other meal. It's just a larger amount of rice and beans.
Oh, you don't do like, so you don't do traditional Thanksgiving food?
No, not really. Like my uncle, like we usually go to my uncles and aunts. It's been a couple of years now that I've been in LA, but I usually go there, and like they might make turkey. Like I would say 5 out of 10 years they'll make turkey, and that's about it. Like everything else is going to be normal rice and beans, or usually pork will be like another side. Like very
That's
Puerto Rican stuff.
That's so interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously the food is like a huge deal in our family. One year they decided to deep fry the turkey, my uncle in the driveway, and the fire department had to come.
Oh no, why?
I don't know because the deep fryer lit on fire. So like there
Oh
was
my
like the
god!
Caldwell
Yeah,
Police
it's not an
Department.
easy process. A lot of
Or
people think it's easier than it is.
yeah, no, I mean, again, I give them a lot of credit, but also like who, I know everybody's talking about this now, like why are we even eating turkey? Like to me, turkey is merely a vessel for all the good sides that come on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Nobody wants that
chicken
dry
is
ass bird.
better. Chicken is a better, turkey-like substance, I think.
Yeah, yeah, chicken's fine, but like turkey is like the lowest of the low to me.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. It is what it is. It's lean.
I
That's
know,
for
and I
sure.
hate to say it, white people, but I mean it is the most Caucasian bird, and it's shit. It's absolute shit.
Well, what
So
families are doing now is they're air frying turkeys. If you go to supermarkets, you'll see giant air fryers for sale. Considering, I guess it's a very easy solution. You just instead of the oven, throw in an air fryer.
now, will you cook on Thanksgiving or no? Are you like a cook? Do you do anything like that?
I do like making a little something to bring to the table because, like I said, I usually go to my aunts and uncles and I'll bring something there. My mom was always big on bringing lasagna, even though she's Puerto Rican, so it was a very strange lasagna. I might say that, but
Yeah,
ever since I live for myself, I bring maybe like something different every year, maybe mac and cheese.
I know everybody likes. I don't know though. Everybody likes lasagna though. Like that's like to me that's like a staple. I
Yeah.
also speaking of turkeys, I don't know what it is, but my boobs look they look like two huge ass Butterball turkeys. Like I'm like staring at myself right now. I don't know what's happening. But they just look ginormous. I think it's because I'm losing weight and my boobs are not losing weight proportionately. But like,
Well, that's good news. A lot of people lose breast when they lose weight.
I was hoping I would for the sake of my back, honestly. Like, but here I
No, you
am.
don't want that.
I mean, we always used to joke that I look like a blow up doll, but now I'm actually starting to resent. I feel like people are gonna look at me thinking this was intentional. I mean, for Christ's sakes, yeah, I got two gigantic butterballs on sitting on my chest right now. Actually, speaking of, by the way, there was like a part of me that I was like trying to come up with like a fun photo shoot to do this week. And I was like, what if I get all of the, traditional Thanksgiving foods and it's like me nude, but all of the foods surrounding me, you know?
It's been done, Brie. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. Instagram models have been doing it. They've even been oiling themselves up and then tying their legs together to look even more like a turkey.
Oh my
And
God. That's like a
yeah,
BDSM Thanksgiving photo shoot. Yeah, no.
they'll put pineapple slices and I don't know what else do you put on turkeys on themselves to make them look like a turkey. It's a thing.
I mean, I thought I was like a big deal. That's like very extreme. No, I was just thinking like some Libby's pumpkin pie mix, like over the boobs, and then like the cranberry sauce in between my legs, so nobody sees anything they're not supposed to, right?
Well, you know my opinion on mixing food and sexuality. I'm not for it, but I know other people are. So
You're not into it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it could be fun, but then I bagged it because again, I need to like stay here until Christmas. I don't want my family to kick me out. Oh, but I do have something very special planned for us for this podcast for Christmas, so I'm very excited about that. So even though
ooh,
I'm not doing like the food photo shoot this time, there will be something good coming around Christmas.
oh, very good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask the question. Since you were just naming all these foods that are around your naked body, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, I don't know. All of it? Like, well, I'm like a carb queen, so I like stuffing, and then I also like pumpkin roll, which is like has enough fat like to last you a lifetime. It's like cream cheese icing just with pumpkin wrapped around it, like pumpkin muffin almost. Have you ever had that?
No, it
Oh,
sounds
it's
great.
dope. It's dope. It's literally it's one of those foods for me that I'm like it's almost as good as sex. That's how good it is. I don't know. I mean, like, what about you? What's your favorite?
It's tough for me to say. If there's mac and cheese on the table, not a lot of families do it. I know a lot of Southern families do that. Mac and cheese right away, but a lot of families don't do that in New York. So
Right.
I would say mashed potatoes are definitely up there. I like rolls. I'm a roll fan. I just love a nice buttered roll.
You sort of have a little bit of like I feel like the southern thing, especially when it comes to the food, but southerners know how to eat. Like I love making like southern food or Cajun food. Like that's my thing, dude. I like
That's the
everything
best
about the
food.
South except
That is the
for,
best food.
the racists and the humidity.
True.
But the
Yeah,
food is great though. They have the food thing down pat for sure. Like Paula
absolutely.
Deen, like again, like racist, can't love her. But before, when ignorance was bliss, I mean, like I would have slept with Paula Deen just to have a meal. Honestly,
Yeah, and that use of butter is just wonderful. It's not an everyday thing for us, but it is for them.
I know. Yeah, no, that's my jam. I don't know, man. So are you? So I'm trying to think like Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving is going to be different. I know that there are obviously like some families, who don't give a fuck and they're bucking the system, and then other people are like my family. Like it's just my immediate family who's gathering.
Yeah.
So I don't
Which is
know. Like
smart. I think that's a nice middleman right there. I know some families that just are not doing Thanksgiving at all, which it seems crazy to me. This will be my second year missing Thanksgiving with my family, which is very strange
I
because now
know.
I'm in LA. But I'm missing it. If I'm with my family, like if we're in the same state and city, I think it's fuck COVID.
I
Get together. Don't make it giant, obviously. Don't invite the extended family, but you guys are family. Enjoy the food. If you don't have Thanksgiving, what do you have?
I know. Well, the other side of my family, like they're getting together, a bunch of them, and like I said to my cousins, like, listen, like it's your choice, but if you kill Nana, then you forfeit your share of the will. I think that's only fair.
That's a good agreement. I agree.
Yeah, my cousins Natalie and Steven, I love them very much, but fair is fair. If something happens to Nana, you
Yeah,
got to
see that
fork
that's
over
that.
your bit. That's just, this is America.
See
That's how it
that's where it's
works.
tough. Yeah. So what do you do if you have a 90-year-old grandmother and they want to be a part of the festivities, yet you don't want them to die. So what do you do?
I know. I don't know. It's like I saw that meme going around that was like nothing is more celebratory of the original Thanksgiving than showing up with disease, slaughtering a bunch of people, slaughtering the native population and then just taking their shit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, like that's pretty much the Thanksgiving 2020 move, I guess. So,
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I guess the best option is just hey, if you're a family member and you've been outside, you've been working with other people, you've been going to bars, and just don't show up if your grandmother's there.
I know. I wonder if, like you said this before. I'm wondering, like, because you can't like be in the bar after 10 p.m. But I'm wondering if people are going to be like, troopers and go to the bar at like 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving Eve and just be like,
I'm
screw it.
sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I
I
can see
don't
that.
know.
But a tradition for myself, considering I'm not much of a drinker, is, and I know a lot of other people do this, is smoke before Thanksgiving, the dinner. You find your cousins. You find if your uncle smokes, you get together, you go for a walk, and you smoke a blunt. You smoke a bowl, and
Oh,
then you
we
get
did
all
that.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did that on like last Christmas. It was great, dude. I've never enjoyed the food more than after like a blunt. Oh my
exactly. That
God.
that is what you have to do. Sure, your family looks at you a little weird, but hopefully they're so drunk they don't even notice.
No, I mean my family, I love them tremendously, but we're like a bunch of derelicts at this point. Like nobody really, like it's like if it's alcohol or weed or heroin, it's like whatever gets the meal down easy. Nobody really bothers anybody, when it comes to that stuff. But I'm kind of wondering, like, again, even though there's technically no Thanksgiving Eve, I still feel like there's going to be like some texts and snaps going out. And so the real question is, what's going to happen? Like, who's going to hook up with who? Am I going to get laid? Probably not. But I'm sure there are some lucky people in West Caldwell who are. So God bless. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Bree, when you went to visit your parents over in Caldwell.
Caldwell. It's
When you
listen.
went
It's
there,
Grover Cleveland's birthplace. Show some goddamn respect.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This
Anyway, when you said you were going there, you said you're going with a mission, and that is to have sex with someone over there because you're familiar with the people there. That is yet to happen, Bree. What's going on?
Yeah, well, you know what? We're already at 21 minutes, and I feel like that is a great teaser for next week's episode.
Perfect.
But yeah, like speaking of turkeys, I am completely coming up dry on the sex front. I thought I was going for, I thought I had it in the bag. I didn't. And yeah, I think we'll cover that next week. But yeah, speaking of dry,
you're like the turkey. You're like the turkey from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The turkey isn't the only dry thing this Thanksgiving, unfortunately. But we'll get into that next time. What a great conclusion, Al. I don't even think you meant to do that intentionally.
No, it's a great cliffhanger. I'm a fan.
I love it. Well, all right. I think that just about does it for us. Can everybody see my hat? I think you can only see the half. I'm like leaning back so everybody could see it. My turkey hat. I'm gonna wear it on Thanksgiving.
Good.
But yeah, what'd you say?
I said good.
Yeah, I mean, why not? This is like the most fun I'll have. But until next time, guys, the twins and I and Al love you. We wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and don't get COVID, and definitely don't give it to grandma. But until next time, we'll see you.